I realized that I have been on this journey for a long time towards becoming something extraordinary, perhaps, become something more all the time. I have been wanting to perform. I have been wanting to find like an optimal state, I guess, both physically and spiritually and mentally and emotionally. And it's been this journey. I've been walking on this path of self-improvement, of spirituality, of trying to find deeper truth and trying to find more knowledge and more wisdom and more experiences to tie under my belt so that I can become something. Like, I want to be seen as a coach, or I want to be seen as a teacher, or I want to be seen as a person that is has it all figured out, maybe. And I realized that it doesn't matter. None of that matters. I don't want any of it anymore. I don't want to be seen as some teacher. I don't want to become somebody. I don't need to become somebody. All I want is to just be me. It's like when I take all of those things that I thought that I wanted in my life, like money and status and fame and being seen as somebody, I want to become this type of person. I want to be seen this way. When I take all of that and I just let those things fade, all of those things that I think I want or need, and just let that fade, what remains there is just the best thing ever. It's me. When I take away all of those needs and desires and wants and things that I think I need or should have and have to-dos and all that sort of stuff, if I just leave that, what remains there is just everything that I have always wanted. And resting as that is actually the answer. I realize it's the answer, and that those sensations and that feeling that arises there is what I have sought in the things that I have wanted to achieve. In the absence of becoming something, I become what I have been wanting to become. When I leave the need to become, I somehow find what I wanted to find in the becoming. I find that in the unbecoming. And I have been stuck in concepts for so long. Concepts and ideas about spirituality and personal growth and improvement, of this is how it's supposed to be, or this is the path, but they're all thoughts, they're all knowledge that doesn't matter anything. Sure, we need to walk on that path. We need that knowledge, we need that wisdom, because they point us in the right direction. But eventually, and what I have understood, or I'm not saying that I have understood anything, because I realize that I don't know anything, and I don't want to know anything. I don't want these thoughts anymore. But what I have recognized or learned is that all of these concepts and knowledge that we think that we know and that we gather, eventually they will block us from realizing what I have found to be true in myself. And that is just the recognition of what has always been there, like myself, the true me. And I don't want to rest as anything else than that ever. And I realize that there's a pointlessness to the ego. Even the ego is just a concept. There's a pointlessness that arises there in my mind, because my mind wants to go after things. My mind wants to do. My mind wants to achieve things, and my mind wants to be seen a certain way. And so when I leave all of that, there's like a very strange pointlessness to life that arises there, which I enjoy. It's like not in a negative way, but it like everything becomes so meaningless. But maybe that's the point, to rest in that uncertainty of what's going to happen. Because when I do that, there's there's like a something mysterious arises there and exciting. It's like, can I rest in that mystique sort of thing? Because everything becomes possible from there, I believe, or is what I feel, instead of being narrowly focused on what I think I need to do or what I should do or become, because then that becomes the focus point. But if I allow myself to rest in the not knowing, if I allow myself to just surrender the need for control, it's like my life needs to look this way, right? If I just surrender that, I give that up, and I rest in the not knowing, everything becomes possible. And I don't feel like I am attached to anything. I don't feel like I need anything. Yeah, it's been an interesting time the last few months. I have learned a lot about myself. I have learned a lot by giving a lot of stuff up that I thought that I wanted or thought that I knew about myself. And I realized that it doesn't matter in the best way possible. I understand that it might sound negative what I'm saying or thinking, but it's not. It's very, very peaceful. But I'm in a chapter now in my life, I realize, where things are gonna realign. What I'm about to do with this channel or what I'm about to do with my work, and a lot of things are gonna shift, I realize, in a very, very good way. And I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited for that. I'm just like leaning in more and more and more into this mystique-ness of what it feels like to just not have a plan, or what it feels like to just, oh, a mosquito on my finger, or what it feels like to just be, not having to do, or not having to be seen a certain way or become somebody. It's like giving up that need for control is the best thing I can ever do, I realize. And I want to keep doing that. I think that's what life is going to be like for an unforeseeable future. I'm at least going to experiment with it and see what happens, right? I mean, I've been striving for something for a long time. I've been striving for having a lifestyle where I can travel and being a coach and helping people and all that, which is, I'm still going to do that. But I think that it's going to come from a deeper place of inspiration now, instead of needing to be seen a certain way or wanting to become something. Because I already am everything that I have been looking for. Alright, there's a lot of mosses here now. That's it for today.